I'm Herbie Hancock, and yes, I'm a Korg Kronos player. I've been doing things with Korg for many, many years, and in many ways, the Kronos is like an answer to a bunch of dreams that I had that Korg fulfilled. And Korg is still working on, always working on new stuff, and that's we have a great relationship. So I'm working on a new record now, and the Kronos is actually for several records now. It's been kind of the foundation. You know, I can't keep my 9-foot concert Fazioli Grand in my little studio. You know, so what I have as the main instrument that I kind of start with and often end up with is the Korg Kronos. I mean, it's a lot of things built into one package, and it sounds great. Some of the sounds in the Kronos have multiple events happening simultaneously. In making this record, it means that I can take one sound and on one track have a lot of different things going on at the same time. This is a it's kind of nice to be able to have a lot of different events happening at the same time, and that's one of the great things about the Kronos. But it's I mean, yes, there are other instruments that can do that from other manufacturers. That the idea of that, but the kinds of sounds that you have on the Kronos, you know, they're very stimulating. They stimulate my creativity. Scary. It's great to be able to have your favorite sounds, put them on the set list. You can put them in any order you want. You can put colors on them so they're easy to identify. You can change the size of the font because you're reading text. And also have other comments that can explain whatever you may need to have documented, and use them in moving from truly from your real set list when you're performing live, going from one song to the next. It can be either the next page or the next color, so a series of colors that you work with, and you're not stuck with that because you can always change pages and change up what you're doing. There are 9 different engines in the Kronos. That's like 9 different technologies. Many of them have come from the past, but instead of throwing those engines that have been developed along the way, many of them are tweaked, refurbished, updated, and kept within the Kronos. Plus, I think when they first made the Kronos, they added, I don't know, 3 or 4 new ones, and that combination of different images gives it the Kronos all this kind of flexibility that it has. One of my kind of go-to sounds that I have on my set list is called rap/gospel hits, and
groove.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
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 Yes.
it's fun. I sometimes throw that in the most unusual situations musically, so it's always a surprise. Yeah, I was trying to find a bass sound for my song Chameleon on the Kronos, and the first iteration of it. And so I had to tweak something, and I tweaked and tweaked, and I got something that was usable. But now they've had some updates. Now they got one that sounds more like the original than the original. You know, so it really is. I mean, that sounds like the record. Even sounds like overdriven. That pretty much sounds like the record to me.